All right, it's your boy Spank Dog, aka Puffinstein, at YouTube and Facebook. Like, comment, share, subscribe, drop a comment. Let's get right into it. All right, people. So, first of all, I got my new hoodie on, my third hoodie on for the third live. So we keeping the theme going. So that's 3 lives, 3 days, 3 different hoodies. So if anybody who don't know, I'm trying to keep a different hoodie on every day for as long as I can to see if every live I can have on a different jump off and how long I could keep it going. All right, so but today this is gonna be a short one. We're gonna get right into my favorite person, Karoline Leavitt. Now, what's crazy is I woke up. I like I said, my hours are crazy because I work, and sometimes I don't gotta work for a week or two and stuff like that. So Karoline Leavitt, when I wake up, I usually to get inspiration, I'll see what's going on. I'll throw on YouTube. I have a variety of things I look at, and but like I said, they are my favorites. They are the ones that I think are some of the best channels on YouTube. So I go to check what Mockler's talking about, and sure enough, it's one of my favorite channels. He starts talking about how Karoline Leavitt just got exposed because he covered something I seen the other day that her sister-in-law had said something about her because her sister-in-law ended up getting deported, and what a coincidence, her brother gets full custody because she's gone. I mean, it's beyond full custody. She's out the picture. So now I'm gonna let Adam break down what's going on because sometimes I'll check something out before I start to watch it. I mean, before I start to watch it with you guys. But this time, I'm gonna be as shocked as you guys at whatever's revealed right now. So let's see what he's talking about. But I know he's gonna say something along the lines of Karoline Leavitt just got exposed by her sister-in-law. And listen. It's a shame that one of my least favorite people on the planet right now is a lady. I don't want to have a least favorite person on the planet, but especially a lady, and some people would say, you sure you want to call her a lady? That's how bad it is because what she's doing is so bad, and like I said too, I come up here, I gotta say allegedly, I gotta say for entertainment purposes, I gotta say certain things, so that people know that I'm not saying it with all certainty. But if you ask me, in my opinion, what I think is the truth is that she gets up on that podium and she lies, you know, she lies so that, the president doesn't look bad. And like I said, I don't know which ones are lies. I don't know if any of them are lies. Like I said, that's just what I speculate. So, like I said, I don't want you guys to, think my word is, the end, the end all be all. But we're gonna take a look at what Mockler got to say right now.
All right, this is wild. This controversy involving White House Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt is exposing that she is just as cruel and immoral in her behind the scenes personal life as she is during her more public facing day to day job as the White House press secretary. Karoline Leavitt stands in front of the camera for 30 minutes every single weekday, carpet bombing our information landscape with lies, muddying the waters about Trump's worst instincts and his worst moves, and oftentimes saying cruel things about people who are already experiencing hard situations. I mean, in this clip,
If you feel free to drop a comment if you come in.
right here, she's asked about Kilmar Armando Abrego Garcia, who was sent to El Salvador into a super prison that he was never going to get out of, and then returned to the United States because they found out that he was sent there illegally. Like the Supreme Court itself was like, dude, you guys can't just be deporting people with no due process like this. So Kilmar was brought back to the United States, and now a federal judge said ICE has.
I just seen the comments. What's up, Barbara? God bless you. That's love right there. All right, cool. You was with my Brody. I think that's what she said. Much love, Barbara. You already know what it is. You know, Karoline Leavitt, you know, I'm pretty sure you're familiar with who she is. Like, what she does is foul. So, you know, when at the beginning I was going in a little bit, but I didn't want people to think that I'm like some sort of lady basher. There are a lot of people out there would literally say, you know, you call her a lady because, like I said, with the stuff that she does is so bad, you know, in my opinion. And then, like, I'm gonna go back a little bit because the Mockler at the beginning lets you know what I'm saying is most likely 100% true.
Landscape with lies, muddying the waters about Trump's worst instincts and his worst moves, and oftentimes saying cruel things about people who are already experiencing hard situations. I mean, in this clip right here, she's asked about Kilmar Armando Abrego Garcia, who was sent to El Salvador into a super prison that he was never going to get out of, and then returned to the United States because they found out that he was sent there illegally. Like, the Supreme Court itself was like, dude, you guys can't just be deporting people with no due process like this. So Kilmar was brought back to the United States, and now a federal judge said ICE has to release him from custody because they had him in custody for no real reason. And Karoline Leavitt continues to muddy the water. I'll play this clip in 1 second, but I'm
all right. But let's understand that, right? That this lady, there was a man that was deported that he should have not have been deported, right? They sent him somewhere where he was his life was being threatened. You know, he could have gotten ended at any time, and it wasn't a joke. It was serious, gravely serious. So they brought homie back home. Everybody's telling her like, you got to bring him back home. You know what I'm saying? He didn't. Not only did he not deserve to be deported, he belongs in America. So this lady is still trying to say stuff that would make it look like he deservedly got deported. He don't belong here. And it's like, yo, like why would you bother a person that shouldn't be being bothered? Like, leave him alone, you know.
I'm relating this to the fact that Karoline Leavitt's own step family member, I mean, the mom of Karoline Leavitt's nephew, was detained by ICE in a similarly arbitrary and concerning way. I mean, in this clip right here, TMZ obtained a video showing Bruna Ferreira, the mother of Karoline Leavitt's nephew, being swarmed by federal immigration agents last month in Massachusetts. White House Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt is the godmother of the child of this woman. And now she's exposing Karoline Leavitt on CNN. We're going to go through all of this. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe to the Adam Mockler feed. It means the world, and it helps us boost the message all throughout YouTube and the internet. All right, let's start with this clip.
Just so you know, like I said, Karoline Leavitt just deported her sister-in-law. You know, immigration deported her. And what a coincidence. Like I said at the beginning, her son not only gets full custody, the mom Dukes is out the picture 100%.
Of Karoline Leavitt speaking about Kilmar Armando Abrego Garcia.
Joey.
Yeah, thanks, Caroline. A federal judge today ordered the immediate release of Kilmar Abrego Garcia from ICE detention. Does White House have a response to that, and does the administration plan to appeal that decision?
Absolutely. The White House, the administration, opposed this activism from a judge who is really acting as a judicial activist, which we've unfortunately seen in many cases across the country. Abrego Garcia is present in our country illegally. He is a proven human trafficker. He is a proven gang member. The administration has evidence of that.
Bro, Kilmar Armando Abrego Garcia should sue this administration for defamation, because how are they just calling him a quote unquote proven gang member? Like, as a commentator on YouTube, I even have to use the word allegedly when I'm talking about cases. Yet Karoline,
I just said the same stuff about having to say allegedly, have to say it's my speculation. But this lady, look at what she's doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's saying that this man is something that she doesn't even know if he's that or not. Allegedly.
Leavitt can talk about somebody who is not really in a position of power, as she's in a position of power, and call him things that have not been proven in any court, by the way. No court has proven this. That's why Kilmore was brought back to the United States. That's why he was released from detention, because no court has proven any of this. And this just brings me back to this story. That's why I find it so damn concerning that the mom of Karoline Leavitt's nephew was arbitrarily detained in this weird way and then let go. And I just want you to hear from her. The mother of Karoline Leavitt's nephew speaks out after ICE arrest on Aaron Burnett's show. There's a few clips we can go through, but just keep in mind, if Karoline's willing to lie about this, about Kilmore Armando Abrego Garcia, lie about these previous cases day in and day out, then something about this case is fishy as well.
Ask me some answers.
What, have you had a chance to talk to Karoline Leavitt?
No.
I mean, what would you say to her? I guess I'm still stunned by the fact that you chose her to be your son's godmother, right?
Over
I mean,
my
you had
sister.
Yeah, like that's like, whoa.
over your own sister.
Over my sister.
And now all of this is happening. I mean, what do you have to say to her?
I think what I would have to say to Karoline is, just because you
That you're not the godmother no more.
went to a Catholic school doesn't make you a good Catholic. You know, you're a mother. You are a mother now, and you should know. How would you feel if you were in my shoes? You know, how would you feel if somebody did this to you? Because at the end of the day, nobody's above the law. You know, it could happen to anybody. So I can't wrap my mind around it.
People with power are crazy sometimes. You know, I don't understand it. I don't understand how you obtain power and money and you don't go straight to the people that need help. I mean, beeline it to the people that need help. It's crazy how everybody watches movies and roots for the bad guy. And then in real life, some of them go and root for the bad guy. Like I said, man, a lot of you people need to go watch Robin Hood. A lot of you people need to go watch Robin Hood and remember who the hero is. Y'all wildin'.
And hopefully there's a logical explanation for all of this.
I mean, this is just a picture of you. Obviously, we blurred your son's face out, but it's you and Karoline.
Yeah, a lot of MAGA disinformation was floating around throughout the past few weeks. We didn't bite into it, obviously, but they were basically saying Karoline Leavitt has never actually met Bruna Ferreira.
Yep, Barbara, the government. Once the government does something, it's hard to undo it or fight against what they've done. You know, especially for everyday people.
The mother of the nephew. They've never actually met. They've never talked before, but no, there are a bunch of photos of them together.
Yes.
He's the main chef of DB Kitchen.
Little pool party
Yes, I mean,
in Atkinson, yes.
yeah.
It doesn't make sense. I'm trying to understand and have faith that there's some logical explanation behind any of this, but there isn't. I'm not the first. I'm surely not going to be the last. There's thousands of women and families and children being separated daily. Where does it end? When does it stop?
To continue, there are more photos of Karoline Leavitt and the nephew in question. I feel like when your own family members, or I guess extended family members, are questioning your morality, and we're able to see day in and day out on the global stage how you operate as an immoral human being, then...
The Washington Post says that the White House said you never lived with your son. They were clearly portraying you as an absentee parent.
Why? I just want to, why lie?
Why do you think that is?
Why lie? Because I have so many friends and family that have called me and said, why would anyone lie about this when it's 2025? We have a digital footprint of everything every Wednesday, typically.
Well, Barbara, to be honest with you, we can fight them. This is how we fight. This is how we fight. It's not easy for me to get up here and even start from ground up, from ground zero, build up an audience and just, you know, say things that could even maybe get me in trouble if I rub the wrong person the wrong way. That's why I try to keep it so honest. So I keep it articulate, I keep it classy, because, you know, at the end of it all, if we disagree, that's not something for you to go do some bull crap over. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's what I'm saying. I try to keep it professional. This way, if we're not on the same page, we're doing it professionally. Like, I push back on what you say. You understand? And that's what I'm here right now. I'm echoing Adam's sentiment. Me and him both agree. This is some bullshit. This is some bullshit that she could go up there and say whatever she wants. You know, there's a really good chance that this lady has been framed a certain way. Her husband has been called things that he's not, and there's nothing they can do about it. But like I said, I'm here trying to do my best. I'm out here, like, you know, like, it's crazy that people would try to gig on a person who's on some love shit, on some really trying to, you know. And the crazy thing is, I'm so not soft. You understand what I'm saying? It takes a lot for me not to talk aggressively, for me not to wanna, that, like I said, man, don't get it twisted. Just because I'm professional and nice, don't think that I'm not somebody that won't take it there. But you're not supposed to be like that. You're supposed to be able to use your words. I'm gifted. I'm intelligent. My parents taught me how to not use my hands until it's absolutely necessary. And that's what I'm saying right here. I'm right here right now saying that lady right there, Karoline Leavitt, I'm almost certain she's lying almost half the time at least. Oh yeah, they rock with foul people. Like, I'm gonna highlight your comment because it matters. You know, they're defending murders now, sending money for them to get out of jail. Listen, if you have clout, if you have money, if you have power, there's a chance that certain people that have tons of power will entertain you, will help you just on the strength of that. They don't give a shit where your heart is. They don't care if you're a good person or a bad person. It's all about money. Money, they've made money so important that good people have to fight with themselves whether to make an ethical choice or not. And there's some people that are messed up so bad that they have to be unethical to get money. Because if you don't have money, you can't pay your rent. You'll be in the streets starving. You know, the system is rigged. It's messed up. You know my style, barber. You know, you see my brother in action over there. Like, it's not a game. I just don't. I try to just keep it where I don't lose my cool because I'm so angry. You know, I try to keep it where whatever it is can be discussed.
My son and I go to Dave and Buster's because it's half off. We're
Yeah.
extreme couponers at our home.
Yeah.
And I can't wrap my mind around it, but it doesn't make any sense. I'm just as lost as you are, and I'm hoping that this interview gets me some answers.
What?
I want to play you this clip of her lawyer explaining how the video of her being arrested is very odd and targeted. Like, they knew where she was. Listen to this situation. And can I just back up for a second? This perfectly proves what we've been saying for the past 10 months about the priorities of ICE agents and this administration. They have intentionally reallocated funds away from the most dangerous, actual violent criminals. Because, yes, of any group, there will be people here who commit crimes. And if there are violent criminals in the United States illegally, you can deport them. Nobody's going to be against that. But the Trump admin is allocating funds away from that towards stuff like this, towards stuff like what you see in this video right here that I was playing earlier. Let me continue to play it because we're about to talk about it in just 1 second, or at least the lawyer is about to talk about it. You see Bruna being surrounded by 1, 2, 3, 4. I believe there's like a 6th or 7th car over there to the right, and then walked off. Here's what the lawyer says about this situation and how peculiar it is.
One thing you said there, though, so they're waiting. This vehicle, another vehicle comes up, this swarm of people as you describe it. And then you're saying, but they didn't know your name.
No warrant. No. Yeah. They asked me, is your name Bruna? And I just asked, well, you know, how do you know who I am if you don't have any type of warrant? How do I know who you are?
So they knew you were Bruna, but they
Yes.
didn't have a warrant for your arrest.
So they wanted me to verify my identity with a driver's license. So I just asked, where do you have a warrant? Or so then they said, let's just rush her over to the Revere Police Department. And there they verified my identity and made a call. I made an emergency call for somebody to go pick up Michael. I was shuffled around all the entire country.
So I want to ask you about that. Todd, though, okay, what happened here then, do you think? They knew her name. But they didn't have any warrant. They didn't have any proof for it. But they knew her name.
But first they played dumb and acted like it was a traffic stop. So they asked her for her license, but then somebody says, "Are you Bruna?" which causes her concern. Plus, traffic cops don't have masks over their faces. That's how immigration and customs enforcement, functions.
These guys
days.
had masks.
Yeah, they cover their face, and
This is such a crazy like what reality are we living in? They're like, yeah, she got stopped by a bunch of men in masks and she realized, wait a minute, law enforcement aren't men in masks. Yeah, this is terrifying. Yeah, of course.
that's what they did here. And again, they don't show her any warrant. And then apparently they manufactured a warrant when she was in Vermont several hours later, which is highly unusual. And then when you look at the video, TMZ leaked the video. I hadn't seen the video before when I was on the show a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And you see 5 cars just quickly swarm. It looks similar like an undercover drug buy, where they just go in right away and they know who they're getting. And what was strange about it is hardly any people knew where she lived. She was driving a vehicle not registered to her. It seemed like they knew exactly where she was going to be, which was customary. She regularly would pick her son up. She'd leave around the same time, multiple days a week. They knew exactly where she was going to be.
So it sounds like you're saying you were targeted.
Premeditated.
How could you people hear this, right, and still just be in denial? Like, you're hearing exactly what happened. You can tell that they did underhanded things to do what they wanted to do to her and her husband. Underhanded, which means they broke laws most likely, and you see all these people being logical, yet you still, some people, thank God for the good people out there.
Meditated.
Very organized.
And because of who she is.
Like Barbara.
Because of the relationship to the press secretary.
It seems to be. And what's bizarre about her case anyway, she's been trying to get a green card literally since she was almost 6 years old. And she was in the process of doing that. And literally one day after she filed her most recent green card application, the Trump administration tried to accelerate her deportation case by starting it up again. She had a case that's been effectively shelved since the Obama.
Oh yeah, they're scammers. I'll definitely highlight that real quick. Yeah, man, it's foul. Forget about it. Look at the Trump school, and there's a million examples of that. The Bitcoin, the whole crypto. So you know how many people did that thing called a rug pull, where they get everybody to sign up for the coin and they just pull all their money out and leave everybody messed up.
Obama administration, since Barack Hussein Obama put her in removal proceedings. And it was just basically paused so that she could try to get her green card. She had DACA over a course of years, and she was just merely waiting her turn. May 5th, she had her final hearing, but they accelerated the process.
Again, it entirely proves the point about where our resources are being allocated on a day-to-day basis. It's towards a mother who was dropping her son off at school or Dave & Buster's a day after she submitted an application for a green card, or was doing the next step to get her green card. I mean, the process takes a while. And if you're being hoodwinked and pulled off the street during the process, and you have no incentive to follow the actual process. The mother of Karoline Leavitt's nephew accused the Trump admin of straight up lying about the circumstances of her arrest by ICE. Bruna.
That's Karoline Leavitt's brother right there. And like I said, man, whether she got to do it the right way or the wrong way, she'll make sure that it ends up in his favor.
Even gets asked if the Trump admin is keeping them from seeing their child.
Not in the end.
So are they preventing you from seeing your child, or is that you and your husband working that out, or how does that work from here?
I tried to see Michael. However, they put me on a GPS monitor, unlawfully, may I add. So his father had agreed to bring him to my house after a haircut. I called him at 3 p.m., 4 p.m., 5 p.m., 6 p.m., and 7 p.m., Mike. And he did not answer. So I'm going to have to let the attorneys do all of the talking from now on, because this has just gone on for far too long. And
see, usually the mothers have the power in the court, but in this instance, it's different. The husband has the power in court because he has ties with the government.
And it has been going on for over 10 years, since before Michael was even born. So it has to end somewhere, and it has to end.
Well, it's excruciating, and it can only imagine as a mother, excruciating what you're enduring.
I mean, yeah, it is painful. It's a version of parental alienation, not answering the calls. And she's already got this huge burden in the form of this court case weighing over her after 7 cars pulled up. What's the point in 7 cars? You can see there's more.
I just seen the comment. What's up, Nunya? What's popping? My dude. One of the originals. That's what's up. I love seeing you guys, man. You know, you guys are the reason that I know that I got something here. You know what I'm saying? How's everything with you and yours? I hope your family's doing good. Thank you. Always a pleasure also. Always a pleasure also, brother. I'm gonna hit play real quick because we almost at the end of the video.
Over here, and like 9
we are
grown men pulling up.
All right. So I'm gonna stop sharing real quick. Yeah, man. What's up, Nanya? Building a new game PC today. All is well. All right, that's what's up. I'll highlight that comment real quick. What I was gonna say, and what you're building the PC so it'll be super like a super powered PC. Does it have like 100 gigabytes of RAM and 10,000 gigabytes of storage and a 74 quad processor? Because I know the RAM and the processor are super important. I even know that the what's the one that I got? I kept buying the horrible processor, and then I finally understood that you got to get the right processor. My computer kept crashing every time I started doing tasks like video editing, just running multiple programs at the same time. Like it would overheat and crash. When I got the computer with the new processor, it stopped doing that. I was able to work. It was taking a video like 17 hours to process, and I got the new computer and it exported the video in like 10 minutes. And that's crazy. That's like 150 times faster. RAM is so pricey because of AL 150 for 32 costs. Oh, $400 for 32 gigabytes of RAM. That specific one. Wow. Yeah. Computer. Listen, if you want to get busy with the content creation, you're gonna have to spend money on the computer because it's all about speed, and you can't have your computer conking out while you're trying to do work that's important. You know, if you're trying to get a channel off the ground, like people don't understand it's work. That's not me trying to like scare people off from doing it, but you know, well, also some people just got that, you know, that charisma that attracts people, or you know, or they come up with a really good idea and it attracts people. But if you're gonna, and you're still gonna work, it don't matter if you're Brad Pitt, you're still gonna have to work on your channel. Yeah, the newest chips, the newest AI chip costs $10,000. Yeah. You know what's crazy is you know, because I know something about computers, and I know there's certain processors. I forget the letter because I know it goes by letter, and it can overclock the speed. And you know, but when I went to buy the computer, this one was 600 for the better processor, but the one that had the processor that can overclock, it was like $3,000. And I'm like, I don't got $3,000 right now. You know what I'm saying? That's a dead issue. You know. Well, I was gonna say, yeah. What's the name of my computer? I have a MSI gaming laptop, which is good enough. It does the trick. You know what I'm saying? It's a way step up from the one before that. The one before that would crash over anything. And instead of 17 hours processing, now it takes 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yours is an AMD. All right. Well, I was gonna say, so but look, you know, I got the hoodie challenge going on. I don't know if you know about that, Nunya. You know, since I came back on my lives, yeah, man, get that working, man. Listen, time is of the essence, bro. There's no time to waste. The older you get, the more you understand. Like you got to get it done. You know what I'm saying? You got to get it done. You know what I was gonna say, but the hoodie challenge. Listen, I'm gonna be back, man. I miss you guys. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna be dropping lives way more frequently. I got this hoodie challenge going on, and every day I'm gonna rock a new hoodie until I run out of hoodies or I can't come up with another one. You know, so this is day 3 of the hoodie challenge, day 3 of wearing a different hoodie, and tomorrow I'm gonna have a different hoodie on for you guys. Yeah, tomorrow you'll see me in a different hoodie, and that'll be the 4th hoodie and the 4th live. You know, listen, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Nunya, man, it was great to see you, bro. It was great to see you. You know what's crazy? I was checking out your Facebook page the other day, but I didn't want to just drop a like on a 3-month-old post. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, you guys, I'm back. You know what I'm saying? And yo, Bubbles, man, you already know. Much love to both you guys, man. I'll catch you later too. I'll see you guys most likely tomorrow with a different topic. Have a good night.